Okay, now let's check out how we can export the video of our character. So, first thing that we need to check out is if we have camera cuts. So this track, if you go to track, we can find it here. Let's see, camera cut track. So it's grayed out because we already have it. And if you don't have it, you can put it in a scene. And here we have a track of our scene camera actor 01. And if you click here on the camera, we can see that now our camera 01 is selected. And we can of course change this to scene camera 02, which we are going to do later when we exported that camera also. But as you can see here, we can basically tell Unreal which camera to use. Maybe we can also cut the videos in here also, and then basically, let's say we can click split, and we can put, let's say, sign camera actor 02 here, and as you can see, we can get a combination of the two cameras with a cut. But for right now, we are just going to use our signed camera actor 01. We are going to export it, and then we are going to combine it in our separate in a separate software. So now that we have signed camera selected, let's go to properties up here. First, what we are going to look at is this frame rate. So here you can see all the different types of frame rates that you can use. Right now we are going to use 30 FPS, but you can of course use the film or anything else. And we are also going to see this option in the render properties. So if you click here to render, we can see all the different properties for our render. So here is where it will be saved. Unreal new project saved video captures. And we have a file format. Now let's increase the resolution. And here you can see the frame rate that I said before. You can click use custom frame rate, and here you can choose whatever frame rate you want. Let's actually just put it to 30 here and disable this. Here you can see how you want to export your video. So you can export image sequences that you can later combine in some other software. We are going to export like as a video sequence, but you have few options here. Audio is a bit experimental. As you can see, it actually tells you it's experimental feature right now, so maybe it's not the best thing. You probably want to add a sound in some separate software when you are editing the videos, so we won't use audio here. Now we will use compression, but let's put this to a higher number because our artifacts are sometimes shown with a lower compression quality. So higher compression quality will still keep most of the quality, but it will also compress the video. So we want to use the compression here. We have our output directory. You can of course change this, but we are going to leave it for now. If we go down, we have some other properties. I usually don't mess with these. And let's actually see some more properties here. So we have the burn-in options. This is when you want to change some things about some just description of the video. So when was it shot, how long it was it, what's the frame rate, and all those things. Next thing that we have is sequence. So what we can do with sequence, the extension, which we want the XML and all those things. So we are just going to leave it checked, but this of course depends on the project that you're making. And we also have here cinematic engine scalability. So if you remember here, we have engine scalability settings and we put it on cinematics. So this is basically a way for Unreal to force a better quality when rendering, which is good. We want the best quality that we can get. And the last one, we have the animation. So maybe you want just to render a part of your animation. Maybe you want to test some things out or something like that. So you can just click use custom frame and then use any frame you want. We are going from 0 to 500, so we are going to leave it. And there is some delay options that I usually don't use, so we won't touch that. So now, if we have everything ready, we can click capture movie. And it will ask you to save. And now the video is rendering. So I'm not sure why the screen is black, but we will check out after the video is captured if everything is fine. So the video is captured. Let's open it up in the files. We can double click here to check out the video. And the video is very dark. So this we are going to change a bit later, but we can also increase the lighting in the engine. So let's actually do that first. So let's go to our lighting source and maybe increase this to, let's say, 10 or maybe even 12, let's say. And let's see if this helps. So let's go to render. I usually leave the resolution to 920 by 1080, but you can also use 4K or even 8K. So you can do custom and do up to 8K of the resolution, but I usually leave it to full HD. So let's capture it again. We can save everything. Still looks dark. Even if it's dark, we can edit it later in our software. You can brighten it up. But let's check out if now it's at least a bit brighter. Okay, it's done. Let's open it up in a file. Seems a bit brighter. Still a bit dark. We'll see if we can brighten it up in software. And next thing that we're going to do is go to camera cuts. And actually, before we do that, you can also increase the intensity of the light here if you want to play around. Right now, I'm just going to leave it and we're going to try to fix it in post, basically. So we're going to change to a different camera. Let's click render. And let's see if we want some properties to change. Let's leave everything. So if we click on our file, we can see that it will automatically create a new video. So we can actually delete the first video. And now we can just render it and it should render as a new video. And let's click save. And the render is done. Let's open the folder again. And now we can see that it's way brighter for some reason on this camera. So that actually might be a bug, but we can see everything is rendered properly and works. And this concludes our course. So we went from just creating a new project, creating a new scene, adding a character, adding an animation, setting up the cameras, learning the basics of how we can move around the scene, creating our cinematic sequences, animated the cameras, added some really nice camera effects, and later exported our videos. Thank you for watching my tutorial.